The Australian Centre for Career Education is the overarching body responsible for the career development across Australia. The CEAV is a founding member of the ACCE. The CEAV has 3 divisions: 1, member-focused; 2, the CEAV Institute, where you can get qualifications; and 3, the counselling arm, which provides services to people who don't engage with mainstream career consultancies. We think as part of this project, it's really important to understand the policy context, and the overarching policy that the Year 9 Career Project is part of is called Transforming Career Education. For students, as part of a number of reviews, we found that career education in schools was not adequately preparing them for the future world of work, and that students actually wanted tailored career guidance earlier and more frequently. In schools, career practitioners said they'd like more time and resources to provide that guidance, and some schools across Victoria didn't actually prioritise career development, and it was inconsistent across the state. The quality of career development in schools varies. It starts too late and is often seen as the sole responsibility of the career practitioner. In schools, there should be a more meaningful work experience opportunity and deeper engagement with industry. Career reform initiatives in 2019 include a focus on starting earlier, connecting students to work, and making career education a priority in Victorian government schools. They're investing in helping Year 7s to 8s make better decisions and being more confident in how they plan and develop their own careers. This starts with self-exploration workshops, which are rolling out for Year 7s and 8s in Term 3, an industry immersion program, Year 9 career service, the Careers e-portfolio, and Head Start for a number of schools for Year 10s. So who is the Career Advisory Service for? The online Morrisby Profile tool is for all Year 9 students in Victorian government schools. It includes a Morrisby profile and a one-on-one interview with a qualified careers consultant. This includes Year 9 students in juvenile detention, special development schools, and specialist schools such as the Alpine School, as well as Virtual School Victoria, which has students in London, across regional Victoria, and the UAE. Students of all abilities have been using the tool, including students with visual impairments, learning difficulties, as well as students who are not neurotypical, across all school settings. For schools, there's no one-size-fits approach for this program, so we're working very closely with them to ensure that the assessments fit inside timetables, that the facilities are able to host careers consultants, and are also flexible enough to meet the needs of students. As a career consultant on this project, we'll be providing you with information about the types of students you'll be seeing to ensure that you feel confident in delivering the service. By now, you will have done your own Morrisby report, but as a quick overview, the students will be receiving an outline of their career interests, a summary of their cognitive aptitudes, an overview of personality and how that's going to shape their career choices, some occupational profile, summary of learning styles, and also values. For the purposes of this project, not all schools are sitting down and completing the Morrisby profile in 120 minutes. We're working flexibly with schools to make sure it fits inside their timetable requirements and also suits the needs of their students. So for special development schools, for example, students are only undertaking one section at a time across a 2-week time frame. Other schools are sitting down and completing it in the 120 minutes. We're working flexibly to make sure that that is designed well and suits students' needs. This is a summary of one of the profilers for general cognitive aptitudes. This is the verbal practice question, just showing you a reminder of the layout and what the student sees. The numerical practice questions, and also the abstract questions. This is the potential strengths and relative strengths graph. Here you'll work on later some information about how to read the shape of the profile, which will be a bit of a shortcut in terms of summarising what types of shaped profiles suit different careers. It's really important for the purposes of this project that we're not focusing on how high the student performs, but the relative shape and the relative strengths of the profile. So, a summary of the career interest questionnaires. These questionnaires are designed to adapt to the interests without the need for repeating them across the same theme. So if you say that you like writing on paper, it won't repeat the question over and over. If you're saying not at all, it will drop those questions out. This enables us to create a more nuanced view of the interests of the students and their preferences around work environment and forming recommendations for careers. The career interest questionnaire results are demonstrated here. You can see there's a delineation of people, information, and things. Strengths of interests and focus of interests are a key input to the overall career recommendations. This is especially the case for those students for whom passions and interests are a prevailing factor in career pathways. This is why we talk about the shape of the profile versus how well a student has performed. The personality questionnaire is incredibly important, with students asked to reflect. You'll see here that this actually fits with the broader context of the school's policies, where students in years 7 and 8 are going to be starting to ask with their self-exploration workshops, thinking about who they are and what their preferences might be. In year 9, this is going to be a particularly important exercise for these students to go through, giving them a bit of direction and actually thinking about their own strengths and their own preferences. It's really important that students are given as much time to complete these parts of the questionnaires so they can actually reflect on their own answers. This personality questionnaire has been designed for adolescents. It takes about 5 minutes for them to complete. There's actually 81 possible profiles, so students are likely to receive a different descriptor to those of their peers in their class. It looks at preferences and tendencies in the way that students interact with the people and in different environments. Rather than a career based on pure ability, this overlay enables a unique perspective on career options that suit individual styles. Inside Moresby Online, there's the personalised world of work. Each segment is weighted to the relative size of their interest and their aptitudes. So you see here that people is a much bigger segment than things, and the careers under that are much more suitable than civil technology. The job descriptions inside Moresby have also been updated for the purposes of this project and now include Australian-based information, qualifications, and links. Part of the work the CEAV has done is to prepare students with some lesson plans so that they can spend time between the assessment and the interview preparing for their interview. Not all schools will have the opportunity to do that, but this will be another input into what you might discuss with your student, and we'll cover that in the interview module. We're also asking students to reflect on how they felt about their Moresby experience. And if they felt like things went really wrong, there's an opportunity for you to have a chat about that in the context of the interview. The interview tab is being designed at the moment, and your structured interview is conducted with you guys as careers consultants. Your interview time is going to be, we're giving you 30 minutes, but essentially the truth is you probably won't get that much time by the time students come, get themselves logged on, and start unpacking that Moresby part of things. But the basis of the project is a 30-minute conversation to unpack the profile only, and then 30 minutes of note-taking into this interview note space. The notes are then designed to be shared with the student, and the schools are going to be able to hopefully download those into the student's new e-career portfolio. Part of that is, again, linking back to the Transforming Career Education, with the e-portfolio being a major change for United students this year. All students get a report. They can download their report up front. It's really important to note here that the options at 14, etc., are actually linked back to the broad VCAA subject areas only at this point. In addition to being able to download their PDF, students will receive a glossy that is shipped out confidentially to them for the purposes of the interview. So this service forms part of the broader Transforming Career Education initiatives as highlighted in this slide deck. The Year 9 program is a visiting service and is not designed to replace any school career activities. The interview is not a subject selection conversation, but rather an opportunity to unpack individual reports with students.